Not bien.
All right, welcome to Ears to the Streets. I am your host, the guy HG, and today I have a special guest. He's an actor, he's an author, he's a martial artist, a boxer. This guy wears so many hats, and I'm just thrilled to have him on our show today. Ace Heru. How you doing, Ace Heru?
Yo, what's good, HG? I'm in the building, man. Ears to the Streets. I'm so happy to be here, man. I want to thank you for that noble introduction. I'm humbled by it. You know what I'm saying? I do wear a lot of hats. I consider myself a Renaissance man as well as an aficionado, especially on the subject of my book. You know what I mean? And I'm just thrilled to be here, man, just to share myself and my content and to chop it up with you, man. What's poppin'?
Oh man, everything's good, man. I've been watching you for a while. Like you've already motivated me to get in that boxing gym.
That's right.
Try to get myself in the best physical condition as possible. And it's just a real honor to have you. So for the guests out there, for the viewers out there, he is the author of, as you can see in his background, How to Be a High Value Man: The Blueprint to Success with Women. It's Hey, I was reading through this book, man. It's kind of raunchy.
It's kind of what?
It's kind of raunchy. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah, man. It was definitely a interesting read. I learned a lot. Yeah, man, it was definitly informative. And a few times I had to break out the dictionary.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, on the real. So before we get into the book, what I would like to ask you is what was some of your upbringing? Like what state are you from? And then if you can explain for the people what's some of your upbringing. Okay,
cool. So I'm from Florida, you know what I'm saying? And I was actually born in a city called Okeechobee. So if you look on the map of Florida, you'll see the lake Okeechobee, right? There's a big blue lake down at the bottom of the peninsula. So that lake is called Okeechobee, but there's a small country town that satellites it, and that's Okeechobee. I was born there, but I was raised in Miami. Like my mom, you know what I'm saying? She moved to Miami when I was an infant, you know what I mean? So I was raised in Miami, 305, the county of Dade, you feel me? So, yeah. And so from there, I've been there most of my life. I only moved away one time when I was in the military. When I served in the Navy, you feel me? I lived in Virginia Beach for about 4 years. That was that. Came back home to Florida, you know what I'm saying, vibed out, and now I'm in Texas. I'm a Texan now. I'm in the Houston area.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So growing up in Florida, so far as your family structure, were you raised with mother and father in the household?
Actually, no. Single parent, you know what I'm saying? I was raised with my mother. We really close, you know what I'm saying? I'm her only child. You know what I'm saying? And so, we grew up in Miami, and, she was hard on me, man. I'm so proud and I'm so happy with the way that my mom raised me. You feel me? Like, she kept me, out of trouble, so to speak, because it was so easy to get in trouble. Because I grew up in, some of the most fucked up neighborhoods there is in Dade County. You know what I mean?
Right.
I grew up. If anybody's watching that's familiar with Miami, they'll know about the Poke Beans, the Poke Bean projects. You know what I'm saying? I went to Holmes Elementary. You know what I'm saying? That's right there in the Poke Beans. I used to stay on 66th Street and 12th Avenue.
Okay.
And then from there, as a teenager, we got a house in Opelika. So I grew up in Opelika, you know what I'm saying, during my high school years. I went to Northwestern High School and I graduated from Miami Northern Senior High School. You feel me? And that was in the Carol City area. And now that area is known as Miami Gardens. But literally from the Poke Beans, Opelika, Miami Gardens. But the beans in Opelika, nigga, that's hardcore right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why they get it cracking there, huh?
Yeah. But you know, she kind of kept me sheltered and whatnot, you know. And as a matter of fact, she actually sent me for my junior high school. She sent me to Miami Beach to go, you know, get educated with the white folk or whatnot. Because I was always intelligent. I got a double promotion in elementary school. I skipped the 5th grade, so I went from the 4th to the 6th. And then I got educated at Narlis Junior High in middle school in Miami Beach. And then I graduated from Miami Northern in Carol City, or AKA Miami Gardens. You feel me? And then from there, it was the military. I came back. Then I went to Miami-Dade College, you know what I'm saying? And did my thing there, and it just kept it popping, kept it moving.
Right. Yeah, the reason I asked that is because, you know, with your book, you know, to some degree being based upon, you know, how a young black man can become the best man that he could be. I asked that question just to see, you know, where your foundation was at, you know, because some people, you know, me and you have that in common.
Yeah.
Single mother, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know, some young black men have single mothers as well. Some have just a father. Some have both, and then, you know, you got some that don't even got neither, probably being raised by their grandparents, you know.
Exactly.
So, you know, one way that I learned, excuse me, y'all. Okay, one way that I learned, you know what I'm saying, is from other people's situations, and you know how you just try to make the correlation or the relationship, you know what I'm saying, or the connection, you know what I'm saying, between your situation and another person's situation, to see how you can get to the same result that person is at, if that's somewhere you choose to be. You know what I'm saying? And by you writing, you know, how to be a high value man, I want young black kids, young black males especially, you know, to get as much information as they can so they can make the best possible decisions when trying to, you know, pursue a woman or just trying to be the best male that they could be.
Absolutely. Now, a little bit more about my childhood with my mom. You know what I'm saying? She was very strategic in how I was brought up. And she always brought me up on the premise of being the best that I can be. Like, I was raised to be that way. Like, she raised me with the understanding of that I'm limitless. You know what I mean? I can be anything that I decide to want to do. And that's always stuck with me. So whatever I decide to do, I just fucking do it without any thought of not being successful at it. And that's why today I'm still a Renaissance man. You know what I mean? So that takes being a jack of all trades to another level when you're a Renaissance man. And then too, you know, I did have some very masculine father-like figures. You feel me? Like her brothers. She got 5 brothers. I got 5 uncles. You know what I mean? Right. And my Uncle Mac was instrumental, especially as a teenager. You know what I'm saying? So he helped me to learn things like be handy with my hands. You know, because he was an electrician. So I learned shit like that. He taught me how to drive, how to change a tire, and just fix shit around the house and shit like that. He taught me on how to be a man in that regard. You know what I mean? And then my Uncle Marshall, I call him Uncle Debo. Because, you know what I'm saying, he swole, you know what I'm saying? He was in and out of prison most of his adult life. But every time he get out, he was always close like that. And, you know, he was swole just like Tiny Lister. You know what I mean? Had a lazy eye and everything. So he gave me that masculine type bravado to be strong and powerful, you know what I'm saying, when you needed to be, you know what I mean? So I always had these masculine father figures, particularly my Uncle Mac and my Uncle Marshall. And I got 3 more, but those were the 2 more, the most instrumental.
Okay, cool. So what was, you know, not to pry too much, but, you know, with the situation with being raised with a single mother, so far as your father, was it a situation where something had happened, or maybe he just wasn't there because of whatever reason? Like, can you elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, I'll tell you about my father. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know him well at all. I mean, the last time I saw the dude, I was maybe 7 years old, and he had made me and my cousin, like his nephew on his side, my first cousin on his side of the family. You know what I'm saying? He had made us like a bazooka out of some cans and shit I remember that. But everybody tells me that I look like him. Everybody tells me that, you know, when I'm angry, I even act like him. He was a very angry and violent kind of person because, you know, he had polio or whatnot. So he had a bad arm and a bad leg, and that handicap put him in a negative, you know, vibration. He was always like angry with his physical condition and mad at the world, and he kind of took that out on the fucking world. So anyway, he was mostly in prison my whole life growing up. I never really met the dude outside of that one memory that I have. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so he's just been absent. But everybody that sees me, especially when I visit and I go home to Okeechobee, oh, you look just like your daddy. His name is Jimmy. They call him Jimmy, but his name is James. You know what I'm saying? You can tell you Jimmy's son, you know, and blah, blah, blah. So when I come, I come from a pedigree of criminals, okay? Mm-hmm. My father, you know what I'm saying, he murked the nigga. So he did like life in prison. My mother, she got like 5 brothers, you know what I'm saying? And out of 5, all 4 of them in and out of prison. You know what I'm saying? From like being drug kingpins and murking niggas and shit like that. So yeah. Yeah, so believe it or not, I
tell those stories.
Yeah. So believe it or not, I grew up with that pedigree, you know what I mean? But I was intelligent enough to watch how they live in their life, you know, or whatnot, and to avoid that pipeline to prison. You feel me? So I just channel all of that aggression and all of that bullshit in the environment that I grew in, like Obalaka and the Poke Beans or whatnot. I took all of that aggression and channeled it into martial arts. So I channeled my aggression into martial arts, and you know, when I graduated and I went to the military, and then I got into like corrections and law enforcement, so I just re-channeled all that shit into being a motherfucking commando, basically. That's basically what you can call it.
Right. Hey, that's what's up. You know, with us talking, our backgrounds are certainly similar. You know, just having male figures, but not necessarily having your father, but there's still certain masculine characteristics and information or knowledge that you could get from that you do use to get to this place where you're at with being a high value man.
Yes,
so
sir.
Yeah, you know, I appreciate you sharing that with the people, you know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, like I've said in some of my other interviews, you know, to me, it's all about the youth. And if you older and you can get something from it to make you better too, then that's good too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm mainly, you know what I'm saying, focused on when I do interviews is getting that message to the younger people that don't got fathers, that need a father figure. Because now with this internet, you know, this is, you know, potentially, not even potentially, I know that there's young kids out here that's looking at you. And oh man, he do martial arts, he's an author, you know what I'm saying? He you know what I'm saying, he cut, you know what I'm saying? And that inspires them, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, from people that they don't see in their own personal life. You know I always stress that with my interviews, and I appreciate that.
What's going on, people? It's the guy at HG, and I want to thank y'all for tapping in with me for this exclusive interview with Acie Mitchell, aka Ace Heru, author of How to Become a High Value Man, the Blueprint to Success with Women. I'll need y'all to go tap in with his YouTube page and subscribe. HVM, High Value Man Aficionado. And make sure y'all hit that subscribe button on Ears to the Streets. Part 2 will be coming very, very soon, y'all. So make sure y'all support us and stay tuned in.